Welcome back to the channel, guys. Okay, so this review is going to be split into two sections, a non-spoiler review and a spoiler little chat, just because it's going to be incredibly short review if I can't talk about spoilers. But my god, guys, this film is... Look at this review as more of a public service announcement. See this movie as physically soon as possible, because it's quite frankly one of the best films of the year. The key with this film is to avoid all trailers. Maybe go look at the poster, pretty sick poster, but just know it's a thriller. If you like thrillers, I know I'm a nobody, but please just trust me, take my word for it this once and just check the movie out. It's only an hour and a half long, so, you know, don't go in expecting 2.5 hours of no, it's an hour and a half, you're in and out. But for that hour and a half, my god, you get your money's worth. Because of all the insane reactions to this film, hailing it as one of the best thrillers in years, this was a film that there was no way I was going to be missing out on opening weekend. Plus, I knew the more blind you were going to go into this film, the better experience you were going to have. And that's how I applaud all of you to go in this film. The blinder, the better. You know, I've seen a poster, I've seen a bit of a snippet of a trailer because that's the space I'm in. It just looked a bit of me. Looked very delicious on the eyes, I can't lie. But honestly, it was the glowing reviews from channels that I respect on YouTube that were saying, you need to go and watch this film, that got me through the front door as quick as what it did. And I'm pleased to say, 100%, they were all right. This film is a total goddamn banger, and it might just be my favourite of the year. So it's directed and written by JT Molnar, hope I'm saying that right, and it's got the producers of Late Night with the Devil, which came out this year, awesome little flick, and Barbarian, which was a great little surprise. So if this film could meet anywhere near that sort of pedigree of film, it was going to be a good time. And I'm pleased to say it not only is a great time, it eclipses them films for me. A one-night stand goes terribly wrong. That's all the plot you're going to get out of me. Yes, sorry, the blinder, the better. So we follow Kyle Gallner, who was in The Passenger from last year, which is a brilliant little flick. Highly recommend that if you haven't watched it. Gallner's performance in this is terrific, but I'm shocked to say that it's Willa Fitzgerald that people are going to be talking about after this film, because her performance in this is just nothing short of phenomenal. It's amazing. It's funny because the big selling point of this film for me before going into it is I like Kyle Gallner. I like his performances in previous movies. But my god, I didn't come out thinking of Kyle Gallner. I came out thinking of Willa Fitzgerald. She's going to get a shit ton of work after this film. The movie makes a big deal about it being shot on 35mm. Which, granted, it literally says it, at the start. I didn't know if we necessarily needed that, but for it being shot in 35mm, it takes full advantage of the format, and the film just looks beautiful. There's, a lot of vibrant colours in the film, and I can only imagine that is being enhanced by the 35mm. I have no idea how it works, guys, so I could be talking totally out my bum here. But yeah, it can't be underestimated how good the film looks. And interesting little fact here. Remember Kip Raines from the classic Gone in 60 Seconds?
You know, I got everything under control.
Kitchen's on fire.
Yeah, this is his first cinematographer job on a motion picture. My god, the man's got a future. Great soundtrack and score as well. They use a couple of songs here that really fit well with the film and some of the themes of the film. But especially in the first quarter, when it just flings you into chapter 5. Yeah, we'll get there, people. I really noticed the score, and it really enhanced the dread of the whole film. It almost gave me a little bit similar vibe to the score in Mandy, you know, just the big guitar strokes. Yeah, it was giving me similar vibes to that, and whenever a film reminds me of Mandy, it's 2 thumbs up for me. So yeah, as I mentioned, we come in at chapter 3 of this film, so it's a lot like Pulp Fiction. The movie is told out of sequence with 6 chapters. I can't lie, at first the decision sort of felt unnecessary. I was almost rolling my eyes a little bit. I was like, oh, is this a little bit pretentious? Is there going to be a reveal and then a need to be telling this story out of sequence? 100%. It would be very less effective if it was shot in chronological order. The unconventional choice to edit the film out of sequence was a factor that the director fought tooth and nail for. Yes, this film was produced by Miramax, and I think one of the producers over there ended up hiring an editor pretty early on in the process to edit the film in secret behind the director's back. Oh my god, guys. But in fairness, the producers backed down after they tested the film to like a test audience, and they obviously loved it the way it was. So the director got final cut on this project, and it makes the film so much better for it. The mystery and the guessing that you keep doing within this film, that is part of why it makes it such a brilliant film in my eyes. If you like thrillers with twists and turns, then you're absolutely in the right place here. Honestly, this movie will send you down multiple different paths that you had no idea you were going down. The best way I can sort of describe this is that we are the ball in the pinball machine. We are getting battered left and right in places we did not see coming. Each time I thought we were going down a specific path, and I thought, oh my god, yep, I've got this film all figured out now. Yep, sends you down another rabbit hole. This movie is not afraid of anything. Whether we are talking about splashes of intense violence and gore, cigarette smoking, heavy drug use, or just fucked up fetishes and different kinks, man, it's not afraid to go there. When you sift through all that, the movie's still got something to say, especially about who you trust in this life. It's quite unexpectedly funny in certain areas as well, which it was some nice levity because it definitely needs it. We're dealing with some pretty intense sequences in this film. So throughout the film, there's certain points where you just catch yourself off guard laughing at just the absurdity of what's going on. Like seriously, I don't really have any faults with this film. I want to say 5 stars out of 5, and I think I'm honestly going to go there because this might just be my favorite film of the year. But that means it knocks off another film. We're going to get into that now in spoilers. So this is your spoiler warning, people. Please go watch this film. Couldn't recommend it enough. But now we're going to get into spoilers. That's your warning. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Spoiler time. I'm in a tough spot here, guys, because right now my favorite movie of the year is Longlegs. Guys, I'm a sucker for serial killer movies, man, especially like horror-centric ones. And I thought we'd already seen the best serial killer of the year. Well, Mr. Longlegs, can you step aside? The Electric Lady, please take a seat. We are meant to believe we are watching a movie with Kyle Gallner, who is this crazed serial killer. The movie starts at chapter 3. We're right in the middle of this horrific chase that's happening. Kyle Gallner is chasing after Willa Fitzgerald. They're speeding down this farmyard road. He's sniffing copious amounts of the white stuff. Like, it's absolutely insane. The score is booming, this big, bassy, dreadful score. It's really, really intense. And they do a fantastic job at displaying Gallner as the quote-unquote serial killer. Later on in the film, we learn that Willa Fitzgerald is the serial killer, the Electric Lady. Right up top, at the start of the film, there's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Star Wars sort of real thing that's going up that's explaining like, oh, we're gonna witness the final events of this prolific serial killer. Now, granted, this isn't really horror. It falls into the thriller category, but my God, if it's not one of the best I've seen in a very long time. Willa Fitzgerald is a total monster in this film, guys. Like, she puts on such a wicked display of a performance here. But I couldn't help but feel for her. Like, at the end, like, it was weird. I was sad that she was dying. The funny bits had me in tears. So they meet a hippie couple in the middle of this film. Oh my God. They're definitely high on mushrooms or something, man. But like, they're having a great time. Eventually become victims of Willa Fitzgerald. And the way this is all shot, it's so clever. One of the best cinema experiences I've had this year, and I was in there by myself as well. Not good at all, folks. These smaller indie films, I wish they would make a little bit more money. We're going to get to a point where they'll just end up going straight onto streaming services. We're sort of seeing that at the moment. Rebel Ridge, that recently got released on Netflix, I thought was an outstanding film that really, if that was in the cinema, I think more people would have been talking about it at least. Guys, Strange Darling, probably a 5 out of 5 for me. Honestly, it's a film that I can see myself rewatching in years to come. Anyway, guys, that's been my spoiler, non-spoiler review of Strange Darling, one of my favourites, if not my favourite of the year. I do need to watch Longlegs again, but my 4K's in the post. I'll get back to you on that one. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.